So we are coming back to the 3T effect. So we discussed how to tell using an invitation, form of invitation like LOI, expression of interest, advertising, and email. You should have terms and conditions, and you should have a sign-up mechanism or a contracting mechanism. Sometimes somebody say, "Oh, I'm interested. Can you send me your terms and conditions?" Oh, I will send
somebody
you.
actually asked for that?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. if no one will ask for that, it means what?
They're not JV ready.
They are not professional. They don't do it. They didn't do it before. Then on the treat, you can exchange of service like complementary service or serve each other. Second one is the dollars, which basically what we have a discussion about how much these dollars. Then the third one will be the reach. And the reach is a little bit tricky. So you can partnership with companies like Get Motivated or Personal Best or one of these companies where they do have a stage. And on this stage you will go in and then and you can sell your product from these stages. So these reach ones are a little bit tricky because who will own the expanded reach? You or them?
I understand they own the big reach, but when you convert them, they're yours.
No, this is not always true. In particularly Get Motivated. Okay, and that's why you don't get so much follow-up emails when you attend their introductory events, because they prohibit you from building direct connection with these people. They are the one who control it. So if you don't sell them inside your event,
Yeah. You
so
don't get a follow-up.
the process is you'll go to their stage,
Yeah.
then you will have your own seminar,
Yeah.
and then you have your own program. So if you don't sell them inside your seminar,
You don't get the bigger group. Yeah.
you cannot get them.
Yeah, but you can get if you can get them sell them to your seminar, then you've got whoever comes to your seminar.
No, you don't have access to whoever comes from the seminar.
Oh, because they're still controlling the registration.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. So when you exchange for somebody on Reach,
Yeah.
Reach means what? Reach means you can expand their network, or they can expand your network. So you go stand in a show
Right.
and do a presentation. You pay all the money for it. When you do this, you have to understand that this is not, it's other kind of form, because you can have lots of problems there. Who is controlling the audience? I can share with you one interesting story. Early on in my career, I had a company from Montreal, and they want to do a joint venture on selling. And they have exclusivity. So they have exclusive right to the customers they bring. So every presentation, they will go to my website, and on my website I will have where I will be next, which event, which trade show, which stage I will be in. And they go and see who are the participants. Many of these events will give you the participant list, last year participant list, and they will give you also the current exhibitors. So what these people will do is the following. They will go to this website, they will compile a list, and they send me, oh yeah, now we have exclusivity for these people. Now we have exclusivity. Whenever I go somewhere, they didn't do any introduction. I'm the one who paid the registration fee. I'm the one who paid the travel. I'm the one who paid for the lodging there. But they are the one who send me, we have exclusive on this particular client. So I stopped at certain point and said, okay, so why? He said, yeah, because we have our rep will be going there, and he will talk to all of them to introduce you to all of them. So I said, yeah, but in last show I talked to your rep and he didn't come. So why did you have? And then I had to stop this relationship in a formal way. So this is one example of how people can abuse you.
Yeah, but if you have your objective is reach, the contract has to allow you to hive off the email addresses.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a reach; it's a pure dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Is there any other discussion?
I've never come across that one. where they say that email is exclusive theirs. I mean, I would never go into an arrangement like that.
No, you had one like that. Because
Did I have one?
yeah. Because when I told you, we talked to them, said no, all their contact is on Kajabi. You went to a webinar.
Yeah, but when they signed up with me, I got their email.
Yeah, but
so on Kajabi, the terms and conditions was actually you are giving Panther Power Corporation, like when they actually signed for the course on Kajabi, that's their customers. They actually signed up for allowing Panther Power to send them.
That's
so
good.
I put that in there.
That's good.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, that could have been set up as
so the worry about reach, as I said, like we were when we were eager to expand and get more reach,
yeah.
we got this company from Montreal, and they helped us in front of few events, and then every single event I will go to, they will say, oh, you know what, we have exclusivity on this, on this, on this, on this. And as I said, like, why did you have in a specific event? They said, yeah, because we have. So what they will do is whenever you go somewhere, they will send someone from the company, and this will do whatever he can. He doesn't talk about your company because you are there already, okay? And then he will come and say, yeah, I have exclusive, I need commission and all of this. So you have to be careful of that, because this can cause lawsuits in court, okay? And it will damage your reputation. Okay. Any other treats you can think of having it? Majority of us works for the money.
Yeah.
That's right. Majority of us work for the money.
One thing that I've come up with, or has come up in my kind of span of thing, is I received an offer of a stock options in that company if I were to put my sweat equity in to help them promote some things or build a joint venture. So that's I don't know if that happens with anybody here, maybe your company to do that, but it's one of those things where you know you're a startup company, you can provide your services and we'll give you stock options. That could be a treat.
Yeah. I know someone who is a singer, and if you do performance, there is a right of appearance, which basically you can make money by appearing in so many shows. And singers will never give it up. This particular one gave it up to the production company, and his song reached about 100 million in the first 2 months.
Wow.
So all his rights of appearance in any show is given to the producer, and he is so happy for that, because this guy was on the street singing for about 22 years. We were playing together when we were like 8 and 9 years old, and he was around the block for 20 some years, and nobody really aware of him. He maybe didn't have like more than 5 or 6 tapes in his life. He was just very merciful, and once he was bigged up and he has this song, all his life is shifted. He's right now close to a few $100 million in like 3 years.
Wow.
And this opened for him lots of other doors. So he gave it up voluntarily, and he was aware of that. And whenever he stands right now in any show, he will say, I'm happy that I give them even this right. These people gave me the real show. So what I want to tell, we tell these stories for a reason. We tell these stories because when you sit on a negotiation terms or negotiation table, you have to assess the future potential. And don't tie it's 15%, is 10%, is 1%, is 2%. These are nothing. If you assess the opportunity right and you see the potential, I showed you examples of people who gave up 100% of the first steps. There are actually individuals who will ship you your book at a cost of shipping. That's right.
I've seen that.
So $7 cost of shipping. That's right.
Yeah.
Even if you say he is just charging me $7 and he will ship the book for $4 or $5, I will not write a 300-page book to sell it for $3. Okay. So we call this in business loss lead. You can go to a project with City of Calgary at loss because it will open the door for other projects. It's very common in the industry you came in particularly from, where you can go to a government and say, I will I will enlighten all your cities. However, I have to control the internet wireless service. So everybody will come to pay me to provide them internet. In exchange, I will give you lights for free. So this last lead was always available in industry. But it's not, people don't try to describe it in joint venture here in the same terms. It does exist. Many of us will do free sessions. That's right. Many of us will say, okay, you know what, you are only here for the training. Beyond and above the training, you call me for 1, 2 hours, 3 hours consultations, I will do it for you. It's okay, not a big deal. But if it gets into my time, I have to charge you. Many of us do that, that's right?
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure our customers and our clients achieve results, well taken care of, and have the good experience. So don't bind into 10%, 15%, 30%. Most important part is what you cover, what our good German friends here said. You must cover your cost. That's why when you say how much I sell my service for, you talk about the benefits. I'm not talking about the cost. Because the cost is how much. Your time has a cost to it. Because you can do some other jobs. You can go work in McDonald's. Remember, I shared with you before, at certain point when we couldn't get any investment in the company, because 2004-5 was really low, I think. Sorry, 2008 was very bad. 2008 was very bad. So I came up with a model that all my 45 plus employees will go work at McDonald's at 30 hours or 20 hours a week, make enough money to the company because we pay their salary anyway. And then we will have more money than spending our time talking to investors. So I stopped talking to a class of investors because there was no way they can pay us. And these investors will be the one who give you $10,000, $15,000. I said I'm not interested. If I will spend my time talking to this low portion or low value, the business can be better running through McDonald's, and everybody go work in McDonald's and come back,
right,
and you have a business. Okay, we don't need investment. We needed an investment which makes sense for us, $1 million plus. So you have to understand your time has a price tag to it, because you can do other stuff. You can go work in McDonald's or A&W if you like A&W, and you can make money. So you have to be cautious of your time, but also have cautious of your cost. Okay, that's why when you value your product, you must take away the cost factor out of it. How to take away the cost factor? If you have someone is working for an hour or hourly rate, this should be a very low portion of what your offer is.
What do you mean by low portion?
So, for example, some of you will have a program where you will need to have some services. So you need to have somebody to spend 1 or 2 hours on it. Yeah. And this service, if it's one-to-one, it will be costly. If it's one-to-many, it will not be costly. Right. So, for example, for me, I prefer to have 5 to 10 people around the table, because the same material, instead of sharing it one by one, right, it's more economical for me and more effective use of my time to share it. And then the recording will go to people who are not in Canada. So when I do that, what will happen? I serve one-to-many. So if you have a service where somebody needs to give a customer service on hourly rate for someone, yeah, it should be packaged in a bigger service, where this hourly rate is
small portion. So you have a
very small portion.
So you have a higher profit margin.
You don't have a higher profit margin.
No.
You have a higher margin for. You have a higher margin for potential profit, potential joint venture, potential less clients.
Potential, what was the last one?
Less clients, like not enough traffic to start up, that's right?
Okay.
So if you have a service, without naming any service, if you have a service where you must include an hourly rate, it should be packaged in a bigger service where people will get more value out of it. Okay. So when you have recording of programs or tips or advices, and some of this recording, people will go and alternatively pay somebody else to give them the information, but you provide it for them, and you say this will come. So this is not $100. this is not a $20 an hour or $100 or $50 an hour. This actually a $500 service a month or $200 service a month. Okay. Otherwise, you are not eligible for this kind of percentage.
Because you have to be able to give them the 90-70%.
Yep. And this may be not relevant to all businesses, but this is one way to get it. So when somebody talk about a product and then we talk about the design, we talk about the procurement, we talk about the service, we talk about the launching, this need to be packaged in a way and say, here is the lump sum. It's not, we are not selling you bolts and metal, we are selling you the service. We are doing this on your behalf. Okay?
So what will happen if you're going to put a dollar value for weight per hour, so for example?
If you put dollar values here, the customer will come to nickel you on dollar values.
No, for my understanding, I'm trying to understand the concept.
So the concept is, if I provide a service where I have 2 to 3 hours a week or a month, which is somebody will do the service, and this will be an hourly rate. You must create a program which is like a club, because the program now will be what? Will be this service plus other values. So you don't say $50 an hour, so this will be, I give you 2 hours a month, this will be $100 an hour, because at $100 an hour, you cannot get joint ventures to market your project or your product. You cannot get anybody, because you basically get the $100 get paid to this guy. You must create enough margins here. So when somebody come and say it's one third, or 30% or 50%, you cover your costs. Okay? If you understand the McDonald's model right, McDonald's, when they sell you a hamburger, they make about somewhere between, I believe, 17 to 27 cents profit based on few things. That's it. By the minute you buy the fries and the Coke at $1 a Coke,
Yeah.
they make about 1.67 to 2.13 per meal.
That's the value add, right?
Okay? So their interest is you to come in because they can upsell you. In Europe, they upsell you the ketchup for 25 cents euro. That's right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you have only one ketchup?
And a beer.
Okay.
And a beer?
And a beer, yeah. Germany, they have beer at their McDonald's.
Yeah.
I never knew.
Sorry.
In Austria, they sold us the ice, the extra ice, because in Europe they put like 1 or 2 cups of ice only. They don't put lots of ice. So in Vienna, they use, if we want to ask for more ice, we have to pay 10 cents euro or 25 cents euro. For ketchup, the same, 25 cents euro. And they will not tell you, say, okay, can you have like 4 ketchup? No problem. They got,
In Europe,
The bill is
they sell you bottled water. In Europe, you get bottled water. You don't get tap water.
Yep.
At the restaurant.
You don't get tap water.
Yeah.
So you should give your time. I understand that under the pressure of money and demand, you may want to do things in different way, but you want to stop and say, okay, what else can offer to expand this margin? So, for example, you can do a site survey. You can do you can run through questionnaires. You can send them questionnaires online, like what you call it, questionnaires online. Like forums, or just people will go and you can produce so many valuable information here for your client to see the value. You can do a business assessment. You say, okay, I will do a business assessment. Before I sell you my service, I will do a business assessment. What is a business assessment? It's basically a survey monkey list where you send it to him. Once he answers all of the information, he clicks submit. What will be produced is the report. So it will not take you 5 minutes to send him the report back. So this kind of value added, it's important because you wanna Go away from the cost. You want to make sure the cost is covered, but people will pay you for the value. Okay? Sometimes you provide warranty. What's the extended warranty means? Sometimes when you go to Best Buy, they ask you to buy this, the blue card. Protection plan.
Yeah.
What's this protection plan for?
It's warm fuzzy.
Okay? Is basically they expand this, they upsell you to expand this. So if somebody is buying a VR headset for $500, will I really mind paying $50 more to make sure the kids is okay for 2 years? Okay? So this kind of approaches, we should be able to adapt it. Okay? Any questions? Okay. So let's talk about the middle T, which basically the tools. So given the previous discussion, what's the characteristics of these tools?
You have to have an affiliate tracking link.
Okay, first of all, what is the goal of the tools? Who is doing the work here? So there are two different individuals, okay? There are you here.
Yeah.
So there's you here, and you have here the other. This is the GV or the partner or the agent. So the work is done 80-20. Who is doing 80% of the work?
You are.
You, okay? So the joint venture should do between 20 to maybe 10 or less percent of the effort. So what are the tools? In a nutshell, you need to prepare everything for him. You need to tell him, you need to prepare landing pages for him, you need to prepare advertising for him. If you understand the MLM business and the multi-level networking techniques, they give you the flyers and you basically have a sticker to stick your name. This is what's required from you. Okay? So you need to have a repository or a warehouse of material or of marketing material. Okay? So this warehouse will include landing pages, will include advertising, links. Okay? So when you build a partnership program or an agent program, you must, if they are use the same advertising tools you have, it's not a big deal. You must have a special binder tab saying this is the material I give it to my partner. Like, I'm not asking you to produce new things. When you talk about landing pages, there is an extra ID or extra tag where this landing page will be tagged to this partner. And there is this tool which will create this extra ID or extra tracking system. But if you don't use the online stuff and all what you use is your current material and they will have a sticker added to it, it's not a big deal. In your binder, under the tab of joint venture or affiliate, what you do? You have an extra copy out of it. So you cannot start a joint venture program without having this material, because people will not sit with you and do it for you. If you want to sell it, if you want to have a partner to offer your product, you need to have the binder or the CD or the material and say, okay, show this to your clients, share this with your clients, copy this to your clients. Nobody will say, oh yeah, I know what, yeah, you sell this, oh, I will sit and help you doing the material. As a matter of fact, the very first test for your material is to draft them and go to the very early adopter or very early joint venture and say, what do you feel about this material? What do you think about this material? How can I make it better? You never go and ask, tell me what do you want your audience to see. Because these people don't know. These people don't know. They are ignorant of your offer, and they don't know how to sell it to their clients, because if they do know how to sell it to their clients, what they will do?
They'll just sell it.
They already sold it.
Yeah.
That's right. If I know how to sell your offer, your exact same offer to my clients, I find somebody else, which I found before you come to me, and I already sold it to them. So you have to understand this, because many of us will go and say, I want to go to a joint venture program. Okay, so do you have the infrastructure? Or what do you mean? Okay, so there are some tools which is very good in some of these aspects. There are some tools which is not as good as the others. So you need to figure out a balance between your budget, the tools you are familiar with, and what you have. One of the other tools you mentioned is you need to have affiliated links tracking.
Isn't that what you refer to in the extra ID?
The extra ID will be the tool which will track. Part of it is what's the extra ID is. So let's understand the operation. Let's understand the process. So, for example, Marcel will have join, win your brand, seminar or whatever, free seminar, free webinar, or whatever event I have. That's right. So here you have join now. So when you join now, you will have your email. This email will go to a CRM, and this email will be tagged to Marcel. So when this fellow will come in and will buy the workshop, Marcel should be able to see that they buy the workshop, and must see how much they paid and how much is this portion, and when he will get this portion. When these people will come to the workshop and buy a book, Marcel need to see the book and how much portion he will go to. So when you have a CRM, everything in the business need to run through the CRM. You cannot sell otherwise or outside the CRM. Online, offline, it need to be sold through the same CRM. Otherwise, will not be above board or up or above table or ethical conduct. So when you have this kind of relationship, these are the kind of systems you have to consider. Does it make sense? So there are some tools like there are some tools which will have this as a feature there. It will have a joint venture. Even WooCommerce, they have a joint venture plugins, which you pay on it a little bit of money. I believe HubSpot has a joint venture plugin as add-on. Infusionsoft has it as a built-in. And I'm not telling which one to use. I'm just saying, like, when you are in this stage. One other point I noted is when I start to say, can you be my joint venture? I start to say, you know what, I do have Infusionsoft for joint venture. Do you like to participate in it? Do you like to sign up for it? People in this market understand that if you have an Infusionsoft portal, they have a better control. So this will cut lots of discussions and will basically reduce the barrier, because these people now know what? Know that
they can objectively track.
They can objectively track, and they know that I'm in the business. So sometimes when we talk about Infusionsoft is too much, I say it may be a reputation of a tool you use, which will get you more clients than just what you want to use for free. It's just you know, like when every CEO in the country has a BMW 700 series, you cannot be a CEO without you know this story about the in 2000 when we had the technology bubble. There was Brasted. There was more BMWs than people in Ontario because all Canada, every technology company CEO will have a 700 series BMW. So you cannot be a CEO of a company, technology company, if you don't have a BMW. Which is, it was very interesting because some of them will have a very old ones and some of them will have a brand new ones. But this was one of the measures. So if you are a CEO, you don't drive more expensive car. You just go and get this one.
I drive a 700.
I know you have 700.
Yeah. You're halfway
And you are
there.
CEO of your companies, right?
There we go.
You're halfway there.
Yeah. So this is something like you have to consider, like the standard in the business is what? If the standard is HubSpot or Infusionsoft, few things, you just join them. Figure out a way to join them, because they may drive more business to you than trying to be with other tools. And I'm not here to sell you any tools. I'm not in favor of any tools. Your tools is your responsibility. But these are some of the, I call it interesting discussions I have with individuals, because if you don't have $200-300 to invest a month in this, you don't have a real business. So it's indication of so many things. So if you want to go to joint venture, you need to understand these tools. You need to have these tools. Okay? What other tools you may want to see as well? On your system, you need to have a tracking system. So on your system, you need to have a tracking system. So you can use Pixel on your website, and you can track where the traffic is coming from. So when I activate my pixels on my website, anybody clicking from here will come to my website. So now I know where the traffic coming from. So you don't give a joint venture an ad or a tracking or a link for them to share, and you cannot visualize the performance. You cannot see how many times they share it and where they share it.
Is that Pixel specific only to Facebook, or is it just a general?
Pixel now, it used to start with Facebook, but Pixel now start to become as a common reverse token, where you come from, not where you go. So
What's that one in the middle? Between CRM and book? Does that say web?
no, they go to my
Workshop.
CRM,
Workshop.
they will attend my workshop,
Workshop, okay.
and then they may buy my book,
Got it.
they may come to my program. So based on the agreements, I can control how much he will see. Okay? So there are tools, there are affiliate tools, there are affiliate websites which will give you free tools in exchange of portion of the transactions, like 10%, 15%. There's so many of these tools around. And you can use the tools. So if you run advertising online, there are tools where when people will click on the ad and go buy from your WooCommerce on your website, you can basically, it will show you the cut for the partners. I came up through a couple of these tools over the last 2 weeks. So, which an indication that these tools exist in a space which we are not exposed to it. That's right. But these tools does exist. And signing up for them, majority of the time, is free. Does it make sense? Now, if you have your partners in town and you don't have they don't do too much online, you may need to have a monthly meeting with them to see their pipeline, their sales pipeline, to see how many people they talk to see what's their next plan. So we recommend to have at least once a month meeting with any partners you have. So if you don't have too much online work and you have stuff in person, you must have follow-up meetings and regular meetings with your partners. And the minute that your partner will apologize to not attend the 2-3 meetings in a row, find another partner. Okay? I used to build a partnership with companies which they sell 6,000 products, and my 2-3 products are a list of 6,000. So if I'm a partner and I'm selling 6,000 products, will I be interested in your 2-3 new products, which will need me to learn, train, and whatever? The answer is no. I will not. So there are ways to stimulate these people's interest. So we can talk about this if you like. Inside the tools also, you need to give them training. So you need to create training package how your partner will be able to sell your product and overcome rejections which a partner will get. That's right. Do you agree that your partner need to be trained? Okay. So launching a partnership joint venture program is a full-time job. It's actually more complicated than just starting a new product or a new business, because there are so many other people and your performance, like my performance is to start on me. Like I have hours I can go work in McDonald's. I have hours I can get clients to do something. I have time I will go post ads in all local coffee shop. And by the way, when we started Win Your Brand, this is what we did. We went in, we said, here is in this quadrant, we used to be 4 partners. You met some of my former partners. She's a current partner, but we call them half-time partner, not full-time partners now. You met a couple of them, I believe. And we used to say, okay, you know what, you live in Southwest, you will go to all Starbucks, Second Cup, Safeway, Co-op, where they have community. These people will have community what? Community board. And we start to build a list of all the community boards. And then there is a Graffiti Coffee, Graffiti Coffee in Englewood, and there are few locations. So we start to build a list of all places. And at a certain point we had a workshop, and I remember we printed like 600 sheet. And among the four of us, in less than 3 days, we put them everywhere. Everywhere. So when you do such thing, in the next 6 months, when you go and show your business card, which is it doesn't have a rainbow color, but it has a rainbow color in the front, people will say, oh yeah, we've seen this before. You become familiar. People will become familiar. So we used to go to the Waves Coffee, we used to go to Starbucks, every single one where there's a community board. And I used to have some with me, and everybody will have some. And then when somebody, oh, can you come to this place to meet? And if I see a community board, I ask, can I put my sign here? Would you mind sign on the back? Many of the Starbucks, they say, no, we don't need to. I said, yeah, I like it. Because when somebody's signing on the back and you put it there, it's authorized. That's right. So you may want to consider such thing to be able to, so I have to train my internal team to do that. So if you have partners, you must, or joint venture, you must be able to train them or meet with them online on Zoom or Skype, or meet them in person and provide an online training. And the online training can be what? PowerPoint presentation. I'm not asking to take it to the next level where you stand in front of the microphone and talk, but it can be as simple as a PowerPoint presentation, as simple as a single sheet, just a checklist, tips for you. So you must have this kind of, do you agree? Do you agree? So joint venture, it's a distracted new employee of yours. And why they are distracted? Because they have this all other joint ventures they are distracted with. This is the definition of one of my early mentors. You never jump to a joint venture if you are not ready, because you are bringing a distracted employee and you live out of their performance.
So the question would be, when can you say you are ready to do the job?
When you have these tools established, or you have a way to make these tools happen right away. Because we don't build it and they will come. We build it as we go. So if you understand all of these tools, you know the ways to do it, For me, I remember with my very first partnership, I knew I have the tools. And then I spent about 3 days on customer service in Vision Soft because you understand that the tools always go wrong, okay? So I had to fix it. And I had to do it. But I knew I have the tools, I knew how it works. And actually, Nancy helped me a lot. And it was like one of the requests, and she spent it very long time in one of the meetings with her to just explain how these tools work and what you shouldn't do. So I didn't do anything I shouldn't do. I make stuff very simple, one level commission, no multi-level, very, very simple way. So if you have a view and you know that you have the time, if somebody will join to do it, you are ready. Better to build to build some material draft for the training. You understand the tracking system. Better you build the tracking system and you go to somebody, you know what, guys, I need help. And we'll talk about where you can get your joint ventures, because it doesn't cost you tens of thousands of dollars to get them. It must be other ways to get them. You may go to their forums and say, I really new here, I don't know anybody, you know what, I'm putting this on my own, I built this particular joint venture portal, would you like to test it for me, guys? What will happen then? Maybe a few of them will come and say, yeah, I would like to help, would like to test it. This few coming means what? They have time on their hand. So if they test it and they like it, who will sign you first? When I launch my books, I go out, say, you know what, I'm putting this book in and out, I like to interview people. You say, oh yeah, we'd like to help you. Come here, okay. So it doesn't, if you don't live in silos and you don't believe that you will build it, they will come, people will help you. And in exchange, you have to be ready to help them. So I help so many people for just saying hi. Like I don't need too much from them. Sometimes I don't even, people walk away and say, oh, you really don't want to be paid? I said, okay, I'm okay. If you want to pay me, it's okay. If you cannot afford it, it's not a big deal now. But you will pay me later. Agree? He said, agree. And they go out, and then they start to promote me as crazy. So I get more business than the whatever numbers I get from these people. So you have to understand and be open to these dynamics. I know when you don't have any customers, it's really hard because the business is not performing. But nobody will come if you don't have this material. And I think Rob has a lot of good experience over the last over the last months in particular, because we talk to so many people who can be partner or selling or offering their client what he has, and all of them ask him for the binder. Okay? So you must spend some time on these particular tools. Okay? Any questions? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, we want to start the action. And the action will be is we would like first to draft the invitation letter for people to have a partnership with you. That's right. So the partnership is what? Is another product, that's right? So if you want to talk about the invitation letter, as we always talk about, we will have this product sheet. We will have this product sheet for, can you pass one? So we have this product sheet. So we have this product sheet. This product sheet is the same concept. In the very beginning, you have this product. So each one of us right now must have an idea, not filling all the text, that's right? Each one of us right now must have an idea what exactly they offer on this product line. Do you agree? So you may, do you agree you have an idea what you offer here?
Yeah.
Okay. So some of you will have a program here. Your website will be here. Your book maybe is here. Your seminar is here. Your workshop is here. Here is the one-on-one or whatever. So each one of us has some ideas here. So you need to figure out which one first it will be offered to the partnership program. Which one? I will talk to the joint venture to offer. If you have questions, let me know. So you can offer your main product offer, or if you have other products here, you can offer them to the joint venture. So please pick one, and under product, you should be able to type the name. So this is what I want to offer to my joint venture as the first offer. You can have more than one, by the way, but let's just pick up one. Yes?
Can I do this for the business advisor as opposed to the joint venture for the actual product?
Business advisor?
It's the same.
Business advisor?
It's the same concept, and that's why I want to do this shift.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The target is agent, representative, business advisor board,
Right. Yeah.
Partners, joint venture. Do you agree in principle they are very similar?
No, I think
That's right. In principle, there are 80, 90, 98% of the requirement are similar. Do you agree? Okay. So which product you would like them to talk about? Which product you would like them to sell? So pick up one product. So if you pick up one product, you'd like them to sell. So can you share this product? So Marcel, what you are offering?
Let's use the video course.
So he has a video course. He wants somebody to sell it or offer it to more people. What do you have?
I was thinking the basic workshop.
So she has a workshop. Mike, what do you have?
Let's say automating your bookkeeping.
So it's automating a program to automate the bookkeeping.
Yeah, and the solar system.
So you have a solar system. So you have your program is to help getting more clients to sell a solar system. What is the advantage of your offer against their offers? Is your offer is a bigger dollar value?
Yes. But that's not an advantage, that could be a challenge too.
It's not advantage, it can be challenge too. So let's talk about that. Or we will talk as the discussions. What's your offer?
it's a specific brand of an elevator.
Okay, so he has a specific offer of a specific product. Okay? So when we talk about this product to our joint venture, we need to talk about the product benefit to the joint venture. So here's the product benefit. Don't sneak a peek to your previous sheets. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's right. It's right. But if I am coming to you as a joint venture,
I'm not interested in, yeah.
and I'm interested to offer them your solar panel, your workshop, your whatever product, you must tell me what's the benefit for me,
Yeah.
not for the clients or the customers.
Yeah.
So what is the benefits to a joint venture? And the benefits are, we understand the four benefits are
Time,
time,
Dollars.
dollars,
relationship,
or process. So this is the four benefits template or platforms for the partnership. So what can you articulate about each one of these to your partners?
So,
Okay.
yeah, for the video course, it's available now. So that's the time factor. Dollars would be the commission, let's say 50%. Relationship would be me as the contact person, maybe to talk to. I'm not sure too much sure about that.
Okay.
Process.
Okay.
being available. Having the whole package we talked about in place would be under process.
Okay.
Relationship.
Any other contributors?
I would say relationship would be, this is, if this is successful, there's many more. And we can build this relationship that way, I don't know.
Okay. Any other contribution?
What did you say? Relationship.
Relationship I wasn't 100% sure about. So that would be the contact to me in this case, in order to get this started as a joint venture.
Okay.
But
Any other contributors? Okay. Do you want me to give it a crack?
yes, please. I'm curious.
So I am here to offer you a partnership where you immediately monetize and maximize the profit of your current mailing list and current exposure in front of clients. And it will help you building a stronger relation with your clients and bringing new clients, because it will complete your offer by adding this extra material. It's a very simple process. Your client will click here, will register to my system, and you will make the money. That's it. You have to shift your mind.
Yeah.
The relationship will be with him or with others. He will make the money, or he will reduce the loss. So I do know that your audience will buy other similar service from somebody else. So why I'm not helping you here to make more money and reduce the loss and maximize the use of your website or your contact or your whatever.
What did you say about time? You mean
Right now, immediately. You can also talk, it will save their client something, but you can do, because you have the system ready. So basically you advertise, you make money right away, because people will buy my products.
Sorry, the process again?
The process has to be simple. So for us, when we do it online, people will click here, will be able to buy. This very simple tool.
Right.
For people who have a process, they have to have a simplified process. People will get the luxury, will get the access for the product with a simple process. And you can also talk about how you make it simple for them. So I will basically bring all of my advertising. I will even, you know what, with your permission, I will print your name tag here and your contact, and I will come and post it for you. If you have somebody is doing posts for you in a physical location, I recommend that you go and do the posting. Because when I give somebody a stack of paper, I say, would you mind advertise or stick this on the wall? People will take them, they will put them for some time. After they collect all the A&W ketchup A&W root beer and McDonald's ketchup, they will come and figure out, oh yeah, let's put one or two here. So when I go in advertising with somebody who will go a physical advertise, I will go and do it myself in the first time to know exactly where is it and how it appears, and it's not covered by anything. And I will schedule myself every other week or some time to go sneak a peek that this advertising is still there. It's not covered by somebody else. That's why I'm saying, if you want to do joint venture, it's an actual full-time job. It's another full-time job. Because you need to meet them, you need to visit them, you need to make sure they have the material. You need to make sure if you provide them binders or information and they run out of printout, you go and replenish them. You give them more printout. Okay? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? So, you should be able to articulate. So can you spend 2-3 minutes writing what is to your partner as a benefit to carry your product line? So usually in relationship, we talk about expanding your reach, make happier customer because they get more value, In terms of process, it's simple. So can you just write down saying, I'm here to offer you to represent or to sell or to promote this product, and the benefits for you are, just put one or two words or one or two statements beside each one of these signs.
You want us to form a sentence around that?
You should be able to form a sentence. If you want to maximize the use of your time here, you should be able to craft this piece of the business, because even if you are not ready, but you'll be ready in 3 to 4 months, you need to keep this in your back pocket, that's right? So let's just maximize the use of the time. Say, you will offer, and what are the benefits? So if you can write it as a sentence or introductory paragraph. Okay, do you want to share?
Oh, sure. So mine is, my product is launch ready and creates an additional revenue stream for as long as your client remains in the membership program. This product complements your offerings and fills your client's need for building resilience. I have all the necessary materials to make it easy for you to share and promote this.
Okay, maybe not necessary material. You can say, I can forward to you the joint venture package, or I have the joint venture package for your evaluation, which include all ready-made for you material to promote this offer. So this is a good introduction for an email, by the way. Like if you want to send somebody an invitation by email, this might be a good verbiage for an email. That's right. Anyone else wants to share? Yes, sir.
I have an offer available now which you can quickly monetize and will enhance your client relationship, develop further trust, and through sharing of our system will quickly will engage with a quick click to engage your tribe.
Good. And maybe you want to consider words like immediately instead of quickly, or rapidly instead of quickly.
Rapidly?
It provides a rapid growth. So, but quickly is good. If this is the words you want to use, is this your words, not mine? Marcel, you want to try?
Yeah, I'm offering you to become a JV partner in this specific video course, which is immediately available with all of, which allows you to receive X% in commission for every single one sold. It will help your clients to relieve them of one of the most common challenges, and will round up your program. We have all the promotional material in place and a GV package to start on.
That's good. Any feedback?
Sorry, I'm concentrating.
You may want to come and say to join our GV partnership program.
Yep.
Because when you come, somebody say, I have a GV partnership
Yep.
program. It's a
Other-
set.
Others are already deemed to be there.
Yeah, it deemed to be there. It deems that you are a GV
Great.
ready. Okay.
Yeah, and joining is better than selling.
Yeah. Or we would like to expand our GV programs by inviting you to join. Like this kind of words will keep. I have a point. I don't have a problem, but I have a problem. You understand? My problem is not a problem, but it's problems. Okay. I have a point to take. Is it too early for you to tell them the money right now? Like here you said,
Or the X% amount.
yes. Is it
Okay.
too early? What do you feel about that?
Yes.
It's too early, that's right? So it's too early in a very introduction list, because after I get this introduction, if I send you back, I'm interested, send me more, you will send me more information about how the program costs, and some of them actually are not professional enough, because many of them will tell you, oh, you know what, I cannot represent your offer if I did not try it, if I did not take it. This for me is a PS, because a joint venture is a joint venture for the money. This is the reality of it. That's it.
But you also want to make sure that the value, I mean, I can understand it in some cases, because if the value isn't there, you don't want to promote something to your tribe where all of a sudden you go, holy crap, what a piece of shit you sent me on to.
No tribe will complain about the bridge. People will complain about the door. They will never complain about the bridge. If I sign up to a program, they just pure psychology. If I sign up to your program, Mike, and I know it's next to nothing, I didn't learn anything, I will never go back and say, I went to Mike program and I was fooled. I didn't learn anything. That's why majority of the feedback on any program that they are great, they are the best. So you always ask the question, so how much money did you make? How much development did you have? People will say none. I was the same progress. So why this program, what this program help you in? So usually we have our own ego, not us as a trained, because I believe you are better trained than people outside this room, because you have been looking at so many psychology and how to approach people in different way and how to play on their psychology. But we understand that people having their own ego, and with my own ego, what will happen? I will never like to be seen as fooled. So it's very rare for somebody to come to say, yo, Mike, yeah, you refer me to this guy and he didn't do a good job. He stole my money. Nobody will do that. Nobody will do that. So this is my input on this particular point. The second input I have, if you are really open for joint venture and you have a mailing list of 10,000 people worth about $1 million a year. If you have 10,000 people interested in your offer, you should be able to make about $1 million every year, at least. Okay? No matter how is your program expensive, no matter how your program is not expensive. So if somebody has a list of 10,000 people and he makes $1 million and he rejects an offer of making another $500,000 to $1 million, he's basically not running a nice joint venture. And if somebody comes and say, no, because when you do joint venture, you have to understand one more thing. People don't, you are not, when people having this mailing list, they usually have a schedule to what they are putting every week or every month. So when people share, they do share every week or every month, and usually they have about 3 cycles full. So if you want to launch a product to joint venture, you may have to wait for 3 months, because the joint venture will launch it here. So if somebody really running this for money, I would highly doubt it that they need to be in your program, because people having this mailing list to monetize them, they are not in a personal relationship with every 10,000 people. They don't cry and they get to tear when people quit their mailing list, and they don't feel happy and they give hugs when people join their mailing list. These mailing lists are automated and they run on their own. That's it. So this is my input to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So when someone has a website with a decent number of testimonials, with a decent number of tractions, I find this particular question is really interesting. This comment means these people are not into the real joint venture. They are not into the real one. They are just positioning themselves as they like to be there, but they don't do it. There are individuals in South Africa, if you have a BLR, you give it to them, they will spread, they have a couple of 100,000 mailing lists, and their conversion rate is really high. So there are individuals who can do this, but this is what the platform you see. So if somebody coming and say, would you like to represent my product? They say, yeah, I can send notifications here. Some other ways, if you are offering a product and somebody have an event, so you can join this event. So maybe if they have an open house, you may say, okay, can I join your open house with my product? Can I join a show with my? Can I join your booth with my product? So usually there is a lead time of about 3 weeks to 3 months. Does it make sense? Okay. Anyone else wants to join? Yes.
I'm here to offer you to do a basic psyche workshop for your clientele. The benefits for you to have a tool that you will be able to use immediately yourself. You'll be able to attend the workshop on a complimentary basis, and you will now have a simple process to work with your clients and expand on the relationship that you have already established.
But this is a benefit for people to attend the workshop, not for people who sell the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she did mention she mentioned the pricing in there. She said you can attend it for free. So
Yeah, but this talks about the benefit for people who are attending. When I am trying to offer your workshop, so I will not get the benefit of attending it, I will get other benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to massage this. The benefits here for somebody to represent your product. It's somebody who will be able to make money, expand their reach, have a more satisfied relationship with his own clients without touching into the value of your offer.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
So can you massage this to sell it to somebody who will be able to join your program?
So, but because I said you will now have a simple process to work with your clients and expand on the relationship that you already have.
To offer your clients, to offer is not to work, because they will not work. They offer.
Offer, okay.
That's right. They will offer their client your
Mhm.
program. Guys, you should jump in the discussion as well. I'm not.
I have something but not perfect. I'm here to offer you to sell solar system to your clients so that they can generate electricity and reduce their electricity bill right away. I'm not good on the relationship and processes. And I could not explain the benefit for this joint venture.
The relationship will be for this business guy is he will expand. He will make his clients happier. He will expand his offer to these clients, and he will make more money by getting commissions when they sell these products.
Can I?
Yeah,
can
go
I
ahead, go
ask,
ahead.
Who is this particular client? What industry are they in? Because if it's a joint venture, they also offer complementary services, or
I don't have anything in mind, but yes.
because it would depend. Like when you talk about benefits to them, for example, if you operate to a construction company, like people who actually put the
Identify your target market
well, it's not
while you structure your sentence.
Yeah, but I think this one particular one is identify the joint, like you pick the joint venture person based on the fact that they have a market reach of people who haven't experienced solar panels, but if they do, then this guy actually gets not only the commission from your solar panel, but this person actually bundles it so that the construction will also be done by that company, and then any other ancillary maintenance and after that. So there's a lot more benefit to this person depending on what industry you're trying to tap into. So
Yeah, one potential thing is a roofing company.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So then your benefits actually multiply. Like right now, you don't even have to offer. As a matter of fact, I go in there and say, I'll exclusively deal with you, but you'll get all the other things, and I'll market it and create a full demand. And now you'll get all the maintenance, you'll get all the things, and you can be happy. All I want is people to buy my solar panels.
Right.
I mean, you could even create that.
Just to expand on what we were both saying, if you don't know who you're talking to, you can't say what the benefits are.
Exactly.
So you first have to identify. Okay, this is the sales pitch for the roofing company. This is the sales pitch for the architects. And so and that's why you're having a problem with the benefits, because you're not sure who you're talking to. Does that?
Yeah, it does make perfect sense. However, when you stand in front of any of these, you must highlight the framework. You must show them on time benefit, on dollar benefit, on relationship benefit, on process benefit. Like I agree with you. Like
the wording is going to differ depending on that.
The pickup of the words will be different. The sentence structure will be different. Like when I stand and sell these programs, my programs to holistic people and holistic earth and healers, I never talk about them making more money. I always talk about them, they reach more people, they be more recognized, they will expand their messages. It's only at the end when I say, yeah, by the way, you will also make more money. Oh yeah, we got it now. But if I start to lead with more money, like I always pick up on someone who stands in an author program, like a program for publishers and authors, and he talk about if you join my program, you pay the full year, you will save $5 per meeting. I didn't care about the $5 per meeting saving. I can pay 25 instead of 20. I don't care. I will not even come to the 10 meetings at all of them. So if you have 10 meetings for 200 and one meeting for 25, you have to make the 10 meetings to maximize the 5. If you make it to 9 meetings out of the 10, you will save $2.5. If you make it only for 8 out of the 10, you pay the exact amount of dollars. But I would like to listen to something saying, you know what? If you will join, we'll put you on our website, we'll profile you as an association, you will have an extra link to my website. So at that time, I can pay the $200. I don't care about the $5. If I will pay $25 for a breakfast, it doesn't make sense 25 from 30, 20 from 25. It's in the same bulk numbers, okay? I will not go because it's $25. But if I am there, I am there. It's 20 or 25. Do you care much? No, that's right.
No.
So that is why
27 though, and I'm out.
that's why what I'm always trying to stress with you guys is not the exact wording what matters. What matters is the framework in your brain. You understand when I stand articulate my value, when I try to type an email and say, here is the values, I have to give a thought to each one of these 4 corners. I may not have one in time, it's okay. I may not have one here, it's okay. But you understand that you always try to highlight four corners. We had a good example to share with you to show you when people get lost. There was on the last TEDx, there was a girl on the stage. And because she was memorizing what she was saying, she clicked, she forgot, she get lost. And when she got lost, she was like 12 years old kid. So it was okay, but she was completely total silent. If she will remember that she has a framework, and here I have to talk about the values, and on the values I will say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I will talk about the benefit 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I talk about the features 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I talk about what. If I lost one or two of them, it doesn't matter because I still keep the structure. I can go one by one. I can skip one. I can forget one of the sub items, but I still can have the structure. Audience will not feel it. However, because she was memorizing it and then she got lost, and because she was young, people didn't laugh at her. If people would laugh at her or clap to her, she will not stand on the stage again. That's why I always try to make it. My brain memorize templates. When I stand and give the same talk, I will never use the same words. I cannot memorize it. I failed for 47 years to memorize it, okay? I will not be trained right now to memorize things. But I remember structures. So the verbiage will be, the word will be different. The sequence of the statement might be different. Because if you talk to different people with different characteristics. However, you need to be able to highlight these four. At least 3 of the 4. If you don't have 2, you have nothing, okay? So you have 2, 3 is better, 4 is the best. Does it make sense?
Just a quick question about the joint venture thing. So the person who would like to have a partnership must have the clientele?
Or have the storefront to get more clients there in front.
So I would have to say that you would be wasting your time if you did all of this work, walking to somebody who's also a startup and doesn't have a list client base, unless you're saying 50-50, we'll do the 50-50 work. If you're gonna offer the 80% of the work for them to just kind of press the button and go, they have to have a reach. Otherwise, it's a non-starter for you. Why would you do all the work and help them build their list as well? So it would have to depend on where they're at. And that's why I've said it's important for you to pick the group out. Like you don't just go toss it out there and say whoever catches the ball. Chances are people who catch the ball are the ones who are desperate. You don't want that.
Yeah, you want the greedy, not the needy. Okay?
Exactly.
So let's break for lunch and we come back at 1:30.